pupils, parents, and guardians. Let me start by thanking you for being a part of all our remote learning platforms, particularly our television program, The Classroom in Your Home. Each feedback has been awesome. Good job, you. Our teachers have been working assiduously to bridge the learning loss during this critical period. Therefore, I am pleased to inform you that the Classroom in Your Home has been extended to accommodate the lower primary classes and a dedicated lesson to cater for our special needs pupils in line with our mandate of providing an all-inclusive and quality basic education in our dear state. This program is fully sponsored by the Universal Basic Education Commission, UBEC, and supported by the Lagos State Universal Basic Education Board under the COVID-19 Blended Learning Intervention Initiative. Please encourage your wards to tune in and take every advantage of this laudable program. Also remember, this pandemic is not over. Let us continue to abide by all health and safety guidelines as stipulated by the government. At LASUBEB, we are determined to leave no child behind in our quest to improve the standard of basic education in our state. Thank you.
Take your time and work very hard, for the days are going by. Once an opportunity is lost, it may never be regained. Do not waste the golden time, for the days are going by. Well, children, we are fully ready to make sure you do not lose any opportunity as far as your education is concerned. And so, this program tagged The Classroom in Your Home has been fully sponsored by Universal Basic Education Commission, UBEC, packaged by Lagos State Universal Basic Education Board, LASUBEB. This is to make sure that no child is left behind. And this edition is for lower primary classes. Well, let me introduce my colleagues to you quickly. On my left side, I have Auntie Tenu. Please, can you say hello to our friends?
Hello, wonderful pupils.
And what subjects?
I am Auntie Tinu, and I will be taking you mathematics.
Wow. And on my right here, I have Uncle Sheyi. Uncle Sheyi, can you come over?
Hello, pupils.
And what subject will you be teaching them?
General Studies.
Wow. And in trial, we bring you the classroom in your home. Please relax and learn. Hello, hello, how are you today? It's nice to meet you here. Well, I'm so happy to be with you today, children. I hope you're keeping safe and you are good. Well, today's program promises to be fun, as usual, as you all know. And it's our English Studies class, which we'll call Communication class. And for today, we'll be looking at another interesting topic. What is that? Antonyms. Have you heard of that word before? Does it sound familiar? I don't think so, Auntie Lola. Well, we'll be looking at what antonyms are and examples of antonyms. But first, a normal ritual, correction to the previous homework. I'm sure you did yours. Can you bring out your books? Can you open to the page where you wrote your assignment? Are you doing that? Oh, okay, you are ready. So let's get the correction to the previous homework. You were told to write the following future tenses in shortened negative form. All right, let's get the answer. For the first one, I will be late tomorrow. That tense is in its future tense. But now you were told to write it opposite side, negative form. What will that be? I won't be late tomorrow. Let me grab my pen also. Okay, I will be late tomorrow would be I won't be late tomorrow. Won't is the shortened negative form of that sentence in future tense. Did you get that correctly? Okay. Let me give myself a tick, and you can also do that at your hand. The second one, Bolaji will lose his temper. In shortened negative form, it will be what? Bolaji won't lose his temper. Won't lose his temper. I got this too. What about you? Did you get that? Wow. Give yourself another tick. Dad will make dinner. The answer? Dad won't make dinner. Dad won't make dinner. Oh, I got it too. Another tick. She promises she will go to the market. She promises she won't go to the market. So bad. Another tick. Wow. I got 4/4. Interesting. I got 3/4. It is not a problem. Good trial. And you deserve to be celebrated. Okay, now to our learning objective for today. What are we looking at? Put it at the back of your mind that at the end of the lesson, you should be able to define antonyms. You should also be able to mention examples of antonyms. Are you ready? Okay, let's move to the definition of antonyms. Antonyms are words that have opposite meanings. I'm sure you are all used to, or most of you are used to word and opposites. Okay, you use it in classrooms. Well, that word you know has word and opposite is called antonyms. Called antonyms. Okay, and it is also a word that means the opposite of another word. Don't worry, we'll be taking lots of examples of such words with its opposites. Okay, so we move to examples. What sign is this, children? This is okay, and what sign is this? It is what? Beautiful. Add, and we have subtract. This is addition sign, and we have subtraction sign. It is a word, and of course, it's the opposite of add is subtract. Okay, the next example. What is this? This is an happy emoji, happy, and we have the opposite, which is sad. Okay, the next one we have raise. From the first picture here, we could see that those pupils are raising up their hands in a classroom. Okay, raise. And on the second picture, we have a lady standing straight, raising herself up, and when she was lowering herself down. Okay, another example. Okay, oh, look at this boy. He's lying down on the table. Okay, so we could say that is above the table. And below the table, what do we have? Is that a cat? Is that a puppy? Okay, that is puppy below the table, and that boy above the table sleeping. Another example, a word and the opposite of that word, awake. We have awake, staying awake, and we have asleep. The same girl awake or was asleep perhaps a minute ago or the night before. Are we moving? Yes, we are moving. The next example, we have had something very strong. And the opposite of a strong object is soft. Okay, this picture is describing that a hard stone, and this is a feather. A feather is very soft and fluffy, but a stone is very hard. It's very hard. Are you following? Have you tested your listening here? What can you hear? I can hear Auntie Lola's voice. Correct. You are with me. You are with me. Okay, on this picture, what do we have? See this boy's face. His room is so untidy. Before cleaning the room and after cleaning the room, we can see that boy is now excited. Before and the opposite, after. Okay. Now we want to look at examples of antonyms in sentences. we've been able to look at examples and the opposite form. Now in sentences, how do we use them? She bought some old shirts from there. Now we want to look at the antonym of old. What is it? She bought some new shirts from there. Don't forget, we are still looking at antonyms, which means the opposite of a word. And the antonym of old is new. Okay, another example. Nana was the last child to be here. Nana was the last child to be here. Do you notice that word in yellow form, written in yellow? And of course, in a bolded form. Okay, that is the word we'll be looking at in antonym. In this example, and what is the antonym of last? Nana was the first child to be here. The antonym of last is first. Are you with me? Are you following? Okay. Howdy bought different fruits. Watermelon, pineapple, apple, cucumber, but different fruits. Now, the antonym of different is what, children? Are you telling me? Did you say? Let's look at the answer. Howdy bought same fruit. Did you guess correctly? Wow, so proud of you. The antonym of different is same. Howdy bought same fruit. Now we've been able to look at few examples on antonym, a word and the opposite of that word. It is your turn, children. Let me see or test you on how far you've been following. Are you ready? Okay, now I want you to change the words in capital letters to antonyms. Change the words in capital letter to antonyms. His shirt is clean. The antonym of clean is what? You can just put the answer down if you want to be fast. It is cold in Nigeria. The antonym of cold is what? You put it down. Okay, now you have 30 seconds to do that and think over it. Your time starts now. Welcome back, children. I'm sure you are through. Are you? Have you been able to attempt those questions? Okay, so let's get the correction to those two words. Sentence. Change the words in capital letters to antonyms. Okay, for the first one is shirt is clean. His shirt is clean. And the antonym of clean is what? His shirt is dirty. Did you get that correctly? Wow, give yourself a tick. Let me also give myself a tick for getting it correctly. Okay. It is cold in Nigeria. It is cold in Nigeria. Especially rainy season, right? And so the antonym of cold is what? It is hot in Nigeria. Antonym of cold is hot. Did you get that too? Give yourself another tick. And so I got 2/2. What about you? 2/2 too? Wow. 1/2? Beautiful. That is a very good attempt. You still deserve to be celebrated. Okay. And we move to your assignment. Okay. I want you to put this down in your books. Change the words in capital letters to antonyms. 1. It is faster than I expected. It is faster than I expected. It means you need to write the antonym of faster. The road is very rough. The road is very rough. The antonym of rough, okay? I am inside the house. The antonym, which is the opposite of inside. You put that down. Are you writing? Okay. Mom will buy the toy when coming home. Mom will buy the toy when coming home. The opposite of buy. The opposite of buy. Okay. Let me give you a little more time to write this down. Let me give you 20 seconds. All right? It is time for our next segment, which is Letter of the Week. Okay, and what is our letter for this week? Are you guessing? It is letter G. Last week we treated letter F with its sound F. Okay, and for this week we'll be looking at letter G with its sound G. Are you saying that with me? Let me hear G. G. Letter G sounds G. Okay? And before we go into that, let us look at this short story. Gani, the goalkeeper, gave the opponent the grace to score a goal into the goal post. Okay? Now, from this short story, we have some words there that as letter G and also as its sound G. Can we do a little test on that? Let us circle out. Let me grab my pen quickly. Okay. Let us circle out the words that have letter G and its sound G in it. Okay, I can see one here. Gani, all right. Oh, Auntie Lola, I am seeing another one. Are you seeing that with me? That is another G in goalkeeper. Okay, this is another one. Gave, interesting. Are you seeing another one? Okay, I'm seeing one here. This is grace, okay, and this is goal post. Sorry, this is goal post. Interesting. So let us look at other words that has the sound G or letter G in it. This is what, children? Letter G as in gate. Can you see that gate? A beautiful gate. Okay. Another example that has G in it is what? Gas. You can see that flame. I'm sure you use gas at home, children. Quite a number of you use gas at home anyway. Okay, G as in gas. Another one, G as in grass. You can see those green grass. Okay, grass. Another one, G as in bag. Beautiful, as in bag. Okay, and that's it for today, children. I'm sure you enjoyed the lesson. Well, I enjoyed the lesson also. We've come to the end of today's lesson in our English studies. And don't forget, we treated antonyms, which are words that have opposite meaning. We will be coming with another interesting topic in our next lesson. Please stay tuned for our next class, which is mathematics class, a fun-packed class also with Auntie Tino. Till I come your way next time, please look after yourself. Bye.
Welcome to today's mathematics class. When I say mathematics time, you say fun time. Mathematics time, fun time. And like always, today's mathematics class promises to be fun. I am Auntie Tino, and today I will be teaching collection, data collection. Today in our data collection lesson, we'll be looking at tallies. Tally. But first of all, our homework correction. Corrections to the previous homework. Count the pictures and complete the table. Items and number. This is our candy, your lollipop, our cone ice cream, and our cupcake. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. So when we add 6 plus 8 plus 4, we have 18. Remember, from our brain busters, we want to be able to add, subtract, multiply, and divide very fast. Yes. It's brain busters time. Yes. You have 1 minute to quickly find the answers to this question. 1 minute, and your time starts now. Pens down. Pens down, because it's time up. Yes. Let's find the answers to these questions, to these subtraction and addition questions. 3 take away 2 is 1. 7 plus 3 is 10. 7 take away 6 is 1. 9 take away 7 is 2. 7 plus 4 is 11. 7 plus 7 is 14. 5 take away 5 is 0. 2 plus 4 is 6. Did you get all the Brain Busters questions correctly? Then you deserve a cheer. Learning objectives. What do we hope to achieve? What do I want you to know? What do I hope you can do at the end of this lesson? Yes, by the end of the lesson, you should be able to represent data using tallies. Using tally to group and collect data. Using tally to group and collect data. Counting many objects can be difficult. In order to easily count many objects and keep a score, we use tally marks. We use tally marks. Don't be confused. Don't worry. You will know what tally marks means. Yes, this is tally marks. You see, I have strokes. Let's count the strokes together. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These are tally marks. Can you see? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 strokes. Then the last strokes cut across the 4 strokes standing. Take note, the last stroke cut across the 4 standing strokes. Are we together? Say, together we are. Good job, you. Yes. What are tally marks? Now I want to explain tally marks better. Tally marks are strokes put in order to count the number of objects or items in a group in groups of 5. I take that again. Tally marks are strokes, like I showed you before now, put in order. They were properly arranged to count the number of objects or items in groups of 5. Remember, the strokes were, I drew 4 strokes standing and the fifth one cuts across. So it must be 5 strokes. Yes. You can see. Let's see that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, the first stroke. 2, the second stroke. 3, 4, 5. Stroke also means lines you use in counting. Remember, when I gave you addition, I told you count your fingers. When you stand your fingers straight, it also means strokes. When you count lines in your exercise book, it means strokes. The only difference with this is that the 5th line must cut across. Are we together? Together we are. Good job, you. Yes. 1, the first line or stroke. 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the last stroke cuts across. Now, when you have your 5, the 4 strokes and the 1 cutting across to make 5 groups of 1 stroke, you call it bundle. So let's call it 1 bundle. So this is 1 bundle, just 1, because we might have more than 5 numbers to count. Let's see how to count from 6 to 10. Yes, I have 1 bundle of 5 strokes and 1 stroke by the side. For 7, I have 1 bundle of 5. That's a complete set of 5 strokes and 2 other strokes standing by the side. For 8, I have 1 bundle of 5 strokes and 3 other strokes standing by the side. For 9, I have 1 bundle of 5 strokes and 4 strokes standing by the side. Now for 10, what will we have? Yes, you are very smart. We will have 2 bundles of 5 strokes. 2 bundles of 5 strokes. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2. So we have 2 bundles of 5 strokes. Now, let me quickly ask you a question. If I want you to count 17 lollipops or 17 candies, how do we count it? Yes, you are smart. I know you are smart. We will count 3 bundles of 5 strokes and 2 other strokes standing by the side. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. Good job, you. Yes. What I just finished explaining is what I wrote down in the box again. For 1, we have only 1 stroke. For 2, we have 1, 2. For 3, we have 1, 2, 3 strokes. For 4, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 strokes. This is number 5. For number 5, can you see how I drew my tallies? What is different from number 1 to 4? What? Yes, you are smart. Number 5, there is 1 stroke cutting across the other 4 strokes standing beside each other. So it is very important to take note of how to draw your tallies for number 5. It is very important to draw your tallies, to know how to draw your tallies for number 5. Remember, we are counting, when we are counting in tallies, we are using group of 5. We are using group of 5. So this is how to draw your tally for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1 line cut across. When you get your 5, you call it 1 bundle. You call it what? 1 bundle. Yes. So for 6, we have one bundle, that's one group of 5 plus 1, just one stroke, standing by the side and looking on. I'm alone, nobody to play with me. But don't worry, because we have 7. Yes, 7 has one bundle and 2 strokes, standing beside each other and looking at each other. Yes. For 8, we have one bundle of 5 and 3 strokes. For 9, we have one bundle of 5 and 4 strokes. For 10, we have 2 bundles of 5. Are we together? Are we together? Yes, together we are. Using tallies to count data. Using tallies to count data. Yes. Example 1. Find how many red, blue, and green color balls are in the bag. How many balls are there all together? These are my balls. The balls in the bag, I brought them on the board for you to see. So we have red color, we have blue color, we have green colors. We want to count them. So to make it easy for us, we pick the balls color by color. Yes, let's start counting from the red together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep that in your mind. Let's count the green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's count the blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. That is it. The balls have come together, so it's very easy to count. Now, if we want to represent in tallies, let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what are we going to have for 8? One bundle of 5 and 3 strokes. Let's see. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. That means we have represented the red color ball in tallies. We have 8 red color balls. So we have one group of 5 and 3 strokes beside it. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How are we going to represent the green color ball in tally? Yes, one group of 5 and 1 stroke. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 1. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How are we going to represent the blue color balls in tally? Yes, just one bundle of 5 tallies. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you with me? Have we been moving together on this tally train? Yes, good job you. Good job for listening attentively. So we have, the second question says, how many balls are there all together? We have red color, we have 8 red color balls, 6 green color balls, and 5 blue color balls. So when we add 8 and 6, it gives us 14. Then 14 plus 5 gives us 19. Yes, from our brain busters, you have to understand your simple addition very fast. Yes. Now do this. Now do this. I want to see how well you have been following the lesson. Let's see your level of understanding for the subject or the topic tallies. Let's see. Remember, it's evaluation time, it's classwork time. Represent the following data using tallies. Yes, I love what I'm seeing on the board. We have cone ice cream, we have lollipop or a candy, we have cupcakes. Remember, when you count them, you use tally to represent the number. You have 1 minute to count and use tally to represent the numbers. And your time starts now. Pens down. Pens down. And eyes on me. Yes, it's time up. Don't write anything again. It's time up. Let's use tally to represent the numbers of cupcakes and candy we have. So very easy. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 candies. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cone ice cream. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cupcakes. Yes, now we can see our candies, our cone ice cream and cupcake very clearly because it's in a table now. Yes, so let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So how are we going to represent the candy or lollipops with tally? You will draw your 4 strokes standing beside one another. No line or no stroke will cut across. Remember, it's 4, not 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cone ice cream. How are we going to represent 6 cone ice creams with tallies? Yes, you draw your one bundle of 5 tallies and one standing alone. 1, 2, 3, 4. One cut across and one stands alone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cupcakes. How are we going to represent 8 cupcakes with tallies? Yes, we have one bundle of 5 and 3 strokes standing beside one another. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cuts across, and we have 3 strokes standing beside one another. Did you get the 3 sums correctly? Then let's roll it for ourselves. Roll it up, and let it go. You are great. You are great. And for that, I'm also going to give you the love cheer to celebrate your success on the tally question. Let's go. To you. And you know what? Auntie Tinu loves you so much. Yes. Love you so much. It's assignment time. And yes, you must do Auntie Tinu's homework. You must do Auntie Tinu's homework. Represent the following data using tallies. How many candies can you see? How many cone ice creams can you see? And how many cupcakes can you see? Remember, you are not supposed to write the number. What are you supposed to do? Represent the number using tallies. I know you can do it because you are smart, you are awesome, and you are wonderful pupils. And that's it for today. Yes. I really wish today's lesson can go on and on and on, especially because of the cone ice creams and the cupcakes and the lollies we've been coming across. But that's it. Till I come your way next lesson, remember, Auntie Tinu loves you so much, but don't go away because Uncle Sheyi is coming in for another wonderful episode of the General Studies. From me, it's bye-bye.
Hello, pupils. You are welcome to another exciting segment of the program, The Classroom in Your Home. This is General Studies class, and we will be looking at things that float on or sink in water. My name is Uncle Sheyi, and I'm your General Studies teacher. But before we go into today's class, let's have correction to previous homework. In our last class, you were asked to mention 4 road signs you know. 4 road signs that you know. And I remember I told you, no U-turn. You remember? Okay. Pedestrian crossing or zebra crossing. No parking, the stop sign, and the men at work sign. All right? I know you got all the questions correctly. All right, so you deserve a cheer. Let's go into today's class. Things that float on or sink in water. And by the end of the lesson, you should be able to, 1, state uses of water. Mention 4 things that sink in water. And lastly, you should be able to mention 4 things that float on water. Water. Water is one of the basic needs of man, okay? It's one of those things that we need to survive every day. Water is needed by all human beings to survive, all right? Man uses water for recreational activities like swimming or surfing, as you can see on the screen. Swimming or surfing, okay? Water is also used as a means of transportation. I can travel to other nations or other countries through water. As you can see, these are different ways people are traveling on water, okay? Now, what are those objects that float on water? Objects that float on water. An object is said to float on water when it stays on top of the water, okay? When an object stays on top of the water, it means it is not sinking, it is floating, all right? Let's look at the screen. As you can see, these are petals floating on water. And as you can see, a ship floating on water is not going down, but it stays afloat, all right? So this can be said to be floating and not sinking. Objects that float on water are usually very light. Not every time, but most of the time, objects that float on water are light objects, okay? So what are the examples of those objects that can float on water? Number 1 is plastic spoon. Plastic spoon is very light, so it usually stays afloat on water, doesn't sink. Feather, very light, stays on water, it doesn't sink, okay? Feathers stay afloat. Matchstick stays afloat, they don't sink, all right? Balloons stay afloat because they are very light, and as you can see on the screen, those balloons are not sinking, rather they are on top of the water. Cork also stays afloat. As you can see, even in this cup, you can see the cork in the water. It's not going down, but it stays afloat. And as you know, tube, I know you must have been to some swimming pool and you use the tube to learn how to swim. And as long as you are holding on to the tube, you were not what? Sinking or drowning, okay? So tube is also part of the object that stays afloat or that stay afloat, all right? So let's mention them again. We have tube, cork, yes, plastic spoon, okay? Beautiful. So those objects, they don't sink, all right? Now we want to look at objects that sink. What are those objects that sink in water? An object is said to sink in water when it goes down the bottom of the water, okay? And as a matter of fact, I think sink and float are opposite words, okay? If an object is not sinking, then it is staying afloat. So objects that sink are those objects that they don't float, they don't stay afloat, but rather when they are on the water, they go down the water, okay? A very good example is a coin or coins. As you can see on the screen, in this cup of water or this glass of water, you can see the coins going down. They are sinking in the water, all right? So what are those examples of objects that sink in water? Number one is nail. A nail or nails. Nails don't stay afloat. They sink in water. Okay? Another one is stone or rocks. Stones or rocks don't stay afloat. Rather, they sink in water. Nail, stone. Okay? Another object that sink in water is key. Keys also sink in water. Nail, rocks or stone, key. Another one is coin. Coin also sink in water. Your 1 naira coin sink in water or sinks in water. Metal spoon. Metal spoons also sink in water. Okay, so this particular metal spoon will sink when it drops in water. All right. Now you must note that it is not the size of an object that makes it sink or float. It is not what? The size. All right. For example, let's take an example. A coin is small but sinks in water, while a boat is big, right? Yes, and yet stays afloat. Why? This is the reason. There is a principle of gravity and buoyancy that allows some objects to stay afloat and some to what? To sink. But I wouldn't want to drag you into that now. When you get into higher class, you will get to know of this principle of gravity and buoyancy. All right? Good job tracking the screen. Now, I believe you've been listening to me and I believe you understood everything that I have said. So it is time to test your knowledge on things that sink or float in water. Okay? Get your pen and your paper and let's have these questions. Number one, what do we use water for? What do we use water for, or what do we do with water? Okay? Number two, name 4 objects that can sink in water. 4 objects that sink in water. And number 3, name 4 objects that can float on water. 4 objects that can float on water. I'll be giving you just 50 seconds to do this, and your time starts now. All right, children, your time is up. You can drop your pen. Yes, drop your pen. Now let's have corrections. Let's have our corrections. What do we use water for? We use water for recreational activities like swimming, surfing, yeah. And also we use it as a means of transportation. I know you got that correctly, so give a tick. Number 2, name 4 objects that can sink in water. Coin, nail, stone, key, or metal spoon. Yes, metal spoon. I know you got that correctly also, so give a tick. Number 3, name 4 objects that can float on water. Objects that can float on water. Feather, matchstick, balloon, plastic, spoon. Okay, I know you got that correctly also. Give a tick. All right, the questions are actually very simple. So if you got 3/3 or you got 2/3, you deserve a chair. Beautiful. If you got just one question correctly or you didn't get any, don't worry. I know in our next class you will do better. Yes, I know you do better. So don't be depressed, all right? Now pick your pen and your paper and let's have this assignment. Let's write it down. And it's a very tricky question, so I want to test your knowledge, okay? And the question is, can a man float on water? Can a man float on water? Your answer could be yes, your answer could be no. Now your explanation will determine if you are correct or not, okay? All right. Now, it's time for our favorite segment of the program. Did you know? 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 All right. Let's have our question. Who discovered River Niger? Now, before we give answers to that, I remember in one of our previous editions, we asked that what are the two major rivers in Nigeria? And we said it is River Niger and River Benue, all right? Now we want to know who discovered River Niger. Who discovered it? Mungo Park in 1976. Is that your answer? And you are wrong. You are what? Wrong. It is not Mungo Park that discovered River Niger. Actually, before Mungo Park came to Africa, natives had been fishing and traveling on River Niger, on that particular river. Before Mungo Park even came or traveled on that water, people had been using it, all right? People living around that vicinity, that environment. So Mungo Park did not discover River Niger. So next time, when someone tells you that Mungo Park discovered River Niger, tell the person that it is wrong, that he was not the one that discovered the river. All right? Good job, you. And that is it on this segment of the program. I hope you had a great time. I enjoyed myself. Okay? And until next time that we will be meeting again, Uncle Sheyi says, be good. Bye.
Awesome. We have come to the end of another interesting, exciting, and educative session. Did you enjoy today's episode like we all did?
I had a great time.
If so, join us next lesson, same station. Please send your comments, your assignments, and your question to the numbers showing on the screen. 081-50-86-5663. Remember, SMS and WhatsApp messages only. Do not call. I repeat, do not call. If you love your family and friends, you must stay safe for them and for you especially. To stay safe for everyone you love,
Wash your hands regularly.
Practice social distancing.
remember to stay safe, eat lots of fruit, and drink lots of water. At last, Subeb,
We leave no child behind.